Thank you very much, David, and good afternoon to everyone. Yeah, I think recession is a very emotive word, and it gets a lot of people worried about where to allocate risk and what to focus on. But actually, I think a lot of what I'm going to say are themes that we've already heard about today. So there's nothing. There's nothing really new in what we like and what we don't like. But I think what I'd like to focus on today is really on transitional asset classes, and we think there's a really attractive debt opportunity for alternative lenders in specifically transitional asset classes, where effectively value is created from the transitional nature of the business plans, and that from a risk-adjusted return perspective is quite compelling. So just to set the scene a little bit, we've heard about this morning, but to recap, obviously we're in a very turbulent market as far as interest rates go. The kind of rapid monetary policy tightening globally has caused a few tremors in the banking world on both sides of the pond. We are likely to see some distress coming out of that, probably more so and initially in the US compared to Europe. But what do we see happening on the ground at the moment in European real estate? Well, on the acquisition front, we have already talked about obviously cost of debt being high, margins starting to widen, buyers of assets readjusting their risk sentiment, putting upward pressure on cap rates, which has led to a situation of a pretty wide bid-offer spread on assets. Acquisition volumes have fallen, as a speaker this morning mentioned. Q1 2023 volumes are down over 50% compared to the same period last year. So very muted activity on the acquisition front. On the construction side, we are still seeing a little bit of activity, and this is despite rising construction costs, despite obviously widening cap rates and decreasing land values. And the main areas where we are seeing activity is where buyers of assets have bought land previously at a cheap basis, and it's still viable for them to build out their construction projects, or where they've been able to add value to that land through, obtaining planning permission, permitting.